What is going on, guys? It is a beautiful September, Missouri day. It was down in the 50s this morning, so I came down here around Truman Lake to Corps of Engineers ground on public land. There's thousands of acres of public land down here. As you can see here, had a very good day of squirrel hunting. I got my limit, I got 10 there, so had a really good day. Self-filmed. I did 2 different angles for you guys on a lot of the shots. Some of the shots I was only able to get the GoPro just because these things are so dang fast, but it is extremely difficult to self-film yourself squirrel hunting, but I gave it a try today. So guys, I hope you enjoy this video. Check it out. So guys, before we start the hunting, I just want to show you what I use to kill all these squirrels. This is a break barrel 410 shotgun, New England Firearms. I've been using one of these for squirrel hunting since I was a kid. I love using the 22 as well, don't get me wrong, but usually my first hunt of the season, just traditionally, I like to use a break barrel 410. I was using these Remington 6-shot 2.5-inch shells. These are lethal for squirrels, as you'll see in the video here in a second. But before we got kicked off here, guys, I just wanted to show you what I'm using in this video to kill these squirrels. A lot of fun, super efficient, and just such a good time. So once again, guys, enjoy this video. Alright guys, so what I like to do when I squirrel hunt is I like to just walk really slow and take a few steps here and there and stop and wait and listen. And when I hear or see that squirrel, I'll kind of tune in on it and slowly make my way as close as I think I can get to it without the squirrel seeing me and spooking and running. And then once I get close, I'll either sit down and wait for a good shot opportunity, or I will just continue to stand next to a tree. A lot of the things I had to do today was sit down and try and get the camera on it. It's a completely different game when you're trying to get the camera on a squirrel. But I'm going to quit talking here because we're about to break the ice on squirrel number 1. Stuck. I'll have to figure that out. Alright, so that second shot knocked him off the branch, but before I go pick him up, I noticed that there was another squirrel to my left that was not caring about what just happened, so here I go after it. Beautiful gray. Let's move to a new area where I haven't disturbed everything. I already see more moving right up there. They are everywhere this morning. Let's get our second one picked up here. Nice little 2-pack, guys. Sorry guys, I couldn't get zoom footage of that shot, but it still turned out pretty decent. You would not believe how difficult it is to self-film a squirrel hunt with a tripod. Squirrels just don't hold still for very long usually. Coming up here, I get some real good footage of zoom shots, so stick around for that. But I do my best for you here in this video. It's very hard to self-film a squirrel hunt, let's just say that. Good eaters right there, good eater. And then there was 4. Okay, everybody, I hope you're enjoying it so far. So these next 2 squirrels that I'm about to get were directly over my head, and my tripod doesn't extend like that. So I got some really good footage of them before the shot, and then GoPro footage of them during the shot, and it turned out pretty good. So that's what's going on here. I walk over to my first one, sit down, and I end up getting a second one. So yeah, hang tight here. Guys, I can't film and shoot this guy, so I'm going to set this camera down and shoot him. Sorry about that. But got him. Alright guys, I got a little footage of these. I'm going to put the zoom cam down and I'm going to try and shoot them. Sorry about that. It's just... I got him that time. Alright guys, got a couple more there off that tree. These little these little gray squirrels are great eating, especially the younger ones. Some of the older ones can be tough, but that makes 6 on the day so far. I'm going to move down a little bit to where hopefully the woods aren't so disturbed, and we're going to try again. Limit here in Missouri is 10 per day per person, so I think I'm going to try and get a limit today. I'm 4 away, so let's keep on trekking on. But there's a little bit of footage of him. I've been trying for a few minutes to get a good angle on him, but I just can't. So I'm going to go ahead and take this squirrel. Squirrel down. We got another one bouncing around right over here somewhere, so I'm trying to be quiet right now. Awesome. Good deal. See if I can get up here and sneak up on this guy. I got him. I got him on video, I think. Awesome, guys. That's number 9. Alright, there's number 9 for the day, guys. I don't know if I'm going to get number 10 and get a limit or not. I got just a short walk back to the car, but I'm sure going to go nice and slow and see if I can piece number 10 together. If not, that's alright. I don't need to get a limit. 9's a pretty good day, so let's see what we can make happen here. There we go, guys, number 10. I am limited out for the day. We have a very generous limit here in Missouri, 10 per person, so it's a pretty special day when you can make that happen. Let's get back to the truck and I'll show you guys how I clean these things. Real quick here, guys, I just want to show you how I clean squirrels. There's a million different ways to do this, but this is the way that I do it. So let's get started here. Try and get 2 angles going for you here, guys. I like to make a cut like this along the back. It helps if your knife's good and sharp. After you make that cut, you can get your fingers, see how there's 2 flaps of skin here? One here, one here. You can get your fingers under there, and that gives you 2 separate handles. There we go. Okay, that gives you 2 separate handles that you can grab onto, and you can pull both directions here. This one's going a little sloppy, but that's alright. That's the reality of it. I'll leave this one as the one I do for y'all, just so you can see that it's not always super easy to do. Squirrels especially have tough skin, so sometimes they can be really hard to skin. Alright, now she's going pretty good. Alright, so you get that off the lower half. What I'll do here is I'll just break these leg bones. Usually I have a pair of kitchen shears that I can cut these with, but I left those at home today, so we're just going to break them and use a knife today. After you break that bone, it leaves you to where you can go like this, and you can just cut that off of there. Then you just cut the tail. Just like that, bottom half's gone. I'll set that down there. Now you just do the top half the same way. You're just undressing the squirrel. Just like taking off a pair of pants and a shirt. The upper half's usually a little harder than that lower half because the extremities are a little smaller on the top half. My goal is to encourage all of you who are watching this right now to go out and squirrel hunt. It's kind of a dying tradition, guys, but squirrel is in my top 3 favorite wild game that we have here in Missouri. Walleye's number 1, squirrel's number 2, wild turkey's got to be number 3. Squirrel is some really, really good stuff. So get out there, guys, get these things shot, skin them just like I'm doing here, and put them on your plate next to some gravy and some biscuits. All right, we got the top undressed. Now we just break these little arm bones. Cut that after that bone's broken like this. Sorry about the wind, guys. It really picked up. Hopefully my GoPro's doing a good job with the audio. It's got some wind protection, but we'll see. Nothing I can do about it. Then you take the head. Some people like to eat the brains. I've never tried it, but I definitely am not opposed to it. I just haven't done it. Get the head off there, like that. Get rid of that. All right, here's what we're left with. Almost looks like a skinned deer or something, just tiny version. So we got to get these guts out of here. So we're just gonna make a incision all the way up that gut line. Try not to cut the gut open, especially this time of year when they're really hitting those hickory nuts hard. They have a nasty, just tannin smell to them. So we'll get those guts out of there. Some people eat the heart and kidneys. I do not. Get rid of that. And make sure if you're doing this down on Corps of Engineers land like I am, you clean your mess up when you're done. I definitely don't plan to leave all those entrails and stuff on the ground. I'm gonna make sure they end up in the lake to feed the critters. All right, we got the guts out. Now what we're gonna do, I like to get rid of these abdominal muscles here. Some people like to eat those. I just cut those out, feed them to the turtles and fish. Get this other side here. So sorry about the wind, guys. Get rid of that. And here's what we're left with. Now what we're gonna do, which I don't have my kitchen shears, but when I get home, I'm gonna take kitchen shears. I'm gonna cut right here. I'm gonna cut right here, so that back strap and stuff like that, that's gonna be one piece. I'm gonna be left with these 2 lower quarters, which I'm gonna cut in half right here. So that'll be 2 separate quarters. And then I'm gonna cut these ribs out, and I'm gonna cut these shoulders off in their own separate quarters like that. And what I love to do is either smoke them, grill them, fry them, and shake them in buffalo wing sauce, and do buffalo squirrel wings. So that is my all-time favorite squirrel recipe. And then make sure, I kind of did that without telling you, make sure you split that pelvic bone right there and get the bladder and all that kind of stuff out of there. You don't want that sitting in your meat. That stuff right there, get that out of there. No good. All right, put that on ice and cut it into quarters. I like to soak it in water for a day or 2. Change the water out if you do it for more than 1 day. I change the water out once per day usually. We can get some of that blood out. Give it a good soak, and you can tenderize it in an Instapot for a little bit or something like that before you bread it and fry it or smoke it or whatever you're gonna do with it. And guys, I'm telling you, this is where it's at. This is some of the best wild game you're ever gonna try. If you haven't done it, super easy. Sit next to a tree early in the morning and wait for a squirrel to walk in front of you, and you shoot it with a 22 or a shotgun. Super, super easy to do. Very easy to clean, as you just saw. It took me less than 5 minutes to do that. If you have any questions, I always leave my contact information in the descriptions of my video please send me an email with any questions or comments or whatever. I love talking to you guys, so feel free to do any kind of stuff like that. Guys, as always, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. Thanks for watching.